Hey guys, and welcome to the lists lecture. In this lecture, we're going to be covering what exactly lists are, some of the methods that they have, how we can add items to lists, and how we can remove items from lists. So basically, a list is the first data structure that we're covering so far, and that's because it's a collection of objects. And it's important to note that inside of a list, the order matters. So in order to create a list, we can create our list lister using that as the Python identifier, and then use square brackets. And inside of here is where we can specify the elements that we want to add into our list. So let's add 0, 1, not 0, 1, 2, 4. And although these three elements are numbers, we can actually add in a string over here, and that's completely valid. And alternatively, for the fifth index, we can add in a separate object type, but for now we'll just leave it at this and enter. So if I want to add in another element to my list lister, I can call the method append, and we can add in 2, and then if I print lister, you can see that 2 has been added to the end of the list. It's important to note here that lists, similarly to strings, are 0 indexed, meaning we start 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, versus starting at 1 and then going onward. So if we want to, say, find the index of a specific element, let's look for 1. We can do lister.index of 1. We'll get zeros, and we can also check the index of hello, and we get 3 as expected. Now if we want to remove an element from lister, we can totally do that, and it'll start searching from the beginning of the list. Before that, I want to count how many 2's there are, so we can take a lister.count 2, and we get 2 because there's 2 2's inside of our list. And then we're going to remove one of those. Print off lister. And you'll see that it's been removed. The first 2 has been removed instead of the second one, because remove is actually going to start from the 0th index and then go down the list. Another method that we're allowed is that we can actually reverse the values inside of our lister, and then if we print that off, you'll see that it's the other way around. Now so far, these lists, they may not seem that useful, but when we store large collections of data, this is actually incredibly useful for organizing that data, especially say maybe it's numerical data, or we have objects that we want to keep in some collection and then operate on each of the objects using a for loop. Now, if we want to do something with numbers, it's pretty easy to think of an example. Say we want to sort them. We can make lister2 equal the values 1, 5, 6, 4, 7. And then if we print off lister2, you'll see obviously it's the exact same list. What we can do is actually lister2.sort. And this should sort these values. If we print off lister2, you'll see that indeed they are in sorted order. And this is one easy example you can think of why a list would be useful, because these are a related collection at this point. We're definitely going to go over more of what we can do with lists as we go on in this course, but for now, I guess that's about it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next lecture.